Today on the Pendulum, we shall be discussing plans by the federal government to reintroduce toll plazas in the country. Recall that in 2003, former President Olusegun Obasanjo had dismantled the toll gates across the federation due to factors like corruption, mismanagement of funds, amongst others. But yesterday, after the Federal Executive Council meeting chaired by President Muhammadu Buhari, Minister of Works Babatunde Fashola announced that the federal government has perfected plans to reintroduce the toll plazas across the country.
Let me just clarify this impression about toll gates. There is no reason why we cannot toll. There is no reason.
According to him, unlike the former system where commuters and motorists paid through cash, this time around, in line with the cashless policy of the federal government, commuters are to pay through an automated system. This implies that as a commuter, as a bus driver, as a traveler, you're either going to pay through POS, maybe through the ATM or through transfer or any other cashless means that will be introduced by the federal government. Despite the hue and cry about this policy, the PDP recently came out to criticize the policy, and some Nigerians have been expressing mixed feelings about the policy. But despite this hue and cry, I think from a personal perspective, the introduction of the toll gate has its own advantages. Number one, it will help government generate some needed revenue that is essential for the maintenance of our highways. You agree with me that revenue allocation to the construction of roads, maintenance of roads has been inadequate over time. But with the introduction of this tool, and if these monies are managed properly, I think our roads will become better. And if our roads are better, definitely it will reduce the number of road crashes, the number of accidents across the federation. Secondly, I think the reintroduction of this tool will also help provide employment for those that will be working at the toll plazas. I want to imagine that the toll plazas are going to be very large, different shops are going to be there, hence providing employment for the teeming number of unemployed Nigerians that we have. Thirdly, I want to believe the introduction of the toll gate will help reduce the level of insecurity across the federation, because we have 36 states in the country and the FCT, meaning that we are going to have 36 to 37 toll gates. And I want to believe the federal government has plans to mount security posts or police posts at each of these tolls. Now, this will help reduce the insecurity we have in the country, the kidnapping here and there, the banditry, the armed robbery, and what have you. But the fundamental problem here is whether these monies are going to be managed appropriately. We know really well that Nigeria is a country that has corruption as one of its fundamental problems. With the monies generated from these tools now be managed very well, no time will actually tell. Then secondly, many Nigerians have complained of incidences of multiple taxation. Recently, the value-added tax was increased. People are still grumbling about that. Recently, the federal government announced increments in you have to pay money to do transactions above 500,000 in line with the cashless policy. And people have complained about the numerous taxation that they've been asked to pay over time. Now, the federal government has to really streamline these levies. For instance, if I'm coming to Lagos from Kano, does that mean I'll pay toll in Kaduna, pay toll in Abuja, pay toll in Lokoja, then pay toll in Ogun before entering Lagos? I think the federal government has to really streamline the process in such a way that once you pay your toll in one of the border states, you mustn't necessarily pay the toll in another border state. I think if that is done, it will curtail or cushion the effect of multiple taxation that we currently have. Then finally, I think it's important for the federal government to educate Nigerians on the importance of the reintroduction of toll gates. Don't just wake up overnight and introduce toll gates without telling the people why these toll gates are there and why people should comply with the new policy. I think my standpoint here is that the federal government of Nigeria must be sincere in all its policy. Monies generated through toll, through levies, through taxation must be used judiciously so that once people start seeing the benefits of what they have paid for, they'll be willing to pay for the growth of the country. Now, on a general note, if you have a comment, your views and opinions about this topic, you can use the comment section. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel at YANS Nigeria and tell us what you feel about the reintroduction of toll gates in Nigeria. That's the size of the program today. Until I come your way next time, I'm Michael Angel. Thanks for watching.